gremlins and shit when you feed them after 8. Like they just
nigga, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Where is you going? You don't got a
what
job.
are you doing after this?
It looked like you going to work out. Like the gym gonna be there. You in workout clothes. There's no time limit for the gym. It's 2 o'clock. It's not nothing closes around this time. Nothing. You're not wearing work clothes.
Yeah, like you ain't missing shit.
You're not missing nothing. You're just being a fucking cunt, bro. And it's like I don't fucking like it, man.
Yeah, I don't have time for that shit, bro. I don't have time for that shit. I don't like going in crowded places because people just don't know how to fucking coexist with other people, bro. I don't like that shit. Somebody is always gonna have something to say about somebody else.
Going to a crowded place is something that I don't think I'll ever do in my life. It's nothing that make me want to be around thousands of people. That shit just sounds stupid. They just canceled NBA YoungBoy shit in Detroit. I'm happy they did that. We didn't need that in this city.
Isn't that the second cancellation? Second city?
Chicago canceled too. Like we don't need that shit. We know that these young niggas is a problem. We don't need to give them a day.
Niggas don't need no more stick music, bro. That's it.
They don't need to be celebrated or put on no type of pedestals whatsoever, bro. So I was thinking, like, for videos, I'm gonna just let it play all the way out, and then we'll just react to it. And then, like, when you reclip it, you can like let the video play. You know what I'm saying? If you did like longer form clips, I was just thinking.
Okay.
Because I seen, speaking of Anton Daniels, that's how he be doing, like, on his panel show. They only just be reacting to videos, right?
And he just remixes the clips.
Yeah, so he'll play the clip. He'll start his video off with the clip, and then they just react to it and just have more or less conversation around what the video was talking about in its entirety. So this is a 3-minute. So we're going to watch it and then talk about it. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And if not, what about Corporal Mr. Sotomayor? Is it ever okay to hit in a relationship? And if not, what about corporal punishment towards your children for discipline?
I don't know when people say, is it ever okay? If you come at me with a knife, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I mean, it's just what's gonna happen. So sometimes it's okay for me to use some violence because there's some violence that's about to get used on me, number one. But number two, I always find it strange, and I think everybody gave good answers. Let me tell you something from a psychologist standpoint. Usually, what do you learn if all you saw, let's imagine, if all you saw was a nasty house? What did you learn by the time you got old? How not to clean. You didn't learn to clean. If you saw violence being perpetrated against yourself every time you did something wrong, what all did you learn? That when someone does something wrong to you, you'd use violence against them. You rarely, which is a lot of people don't have in the Black community, have this one big skill, conflict resolution. And the reason we don't, because we were always dominated. Even when we were children, our usually mothers say some of the dumbest things. Children are to be seen and not heard. So you're going to tell me this person went 18 years and never were heard, and now they grown, they supposed to go out into the world and know what to say. Well, they were never heard. So we send people out into the world unprepared because we think beating them is the best thing. And especially when we say we beat them because the police gonna beat them. The police ain't just out here beating people. So it's a crazy thing to say, because maybe we should tell them to obey laws. If they obeyed laws, they wouldn't get beat. I'm 49 years old. I've never been beaten by a cop, but I remember hearing my mom say this. But you know who I have been beaten by? Niggas. Now that has happened, but no cop has ever done it. And you know why Negroes do that? Because they don't know how to have conflict resolution. When I was at your event, the brother came up to me and asked me several questions. I answered every one of them very thoroughly. After I finished, what did he say to me? Well, I don't like you anyway, nigga. And punched me when I turned my back. And you know what that was all over? What he saw me say on the internet that he didn't like. And he believed, and a lot of people around him believed, that his actions were justified, because if I don't like something, I can put my hands on somebody. And do you know where that comes from? Women, like my man Cap just said, well, they believe they can put their hands on a man and nothing will happen. I don't like what you said. I'll throw a drink in your face. We all know that if we do these things to a man, especially when we by ourselves, it's going to be a bunch of scrapping and ain't going to be nobody that'll save us. So that's why you didn't see me get hit by myself standing there with that man. And that's why you didn't see him stand up and put up his due, because he did like what a woman does. They hit you and then the crew come and save him when you get ready to beat up. Maybe we should keep our hands to ourselves. There's been some wonderful answers. And I'll wrap it up with this, though. When it comes to a relationship, I think it's a funny dynamic that we as adults believe that if children do something wrong, corporal punishment fits. We should beat them. Well, what is the thing we know about children? Children are just learning life. They don't know better. We say, I told you to clean up that room. You didn't. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Cool. Well, lady, I told you to have my dinner ready when I came home, and you grown as hell. You done lived way longer than this child. So shouldn't I be able to whoop your ass?
What y'all thoughts is?
The first thing that came to mind while I listened to his dissertation is there is a particular level of personal anecdotal trauma that has occurred to him at the hands of women, and probably explicitly at the hands of Black women, preferably his mom. So I think that he has a different level of correctiveness in him that he wants to express when it comes to this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a person that has grown up and through and around psychological, mental, and even spiritual abuse, and when you've had to be the one that experienced that as a kid, and then again as an adult, the way you're going to speak about that is going to be different from the way that you're going to speak about something that you like or something that you want to do, right? Because that's something that has been with him since the beginning. And there is a certain level of methodical and preciseness that in which he speaks about this that makes it that probably that much more important to him. And so therefore, the way he's going to deliver this is always going to be something along the lines to gauge, spark, or garner a visceral reaction from whomever is listening to it.
Yeah, you know, like, and my thing is too is like, I get he was trying to make a point too, especially with people having home traumas and shit. But it's like, you know, you could tell he was speaking through his as well. And also it's just like besides, like, if you didn't even experience it at home, like you getting your hands put on you, what would even make you put your hands on somebody in a relationship?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
For me, nothing. Because I just don't even want to traumatize or be traumatized. Like, I don't want to experience that type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I just can't imagine putting my hands on a human being that I love. But in a relationship, it's certain like places that you go mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to whereas you don't even have to initiate violence. It could be thrusted upon you.
Mhm.
You got to respond and you got to defend yourself
Mhm.
because you might have like expressed something in a way that that person didn't want to experience you.
Mhm.
Like they
Mhm.
didn't want to see you that way. And so how they handle things is through violence. And it's a certain level of just standing there and taking it, but like even that will get on their nerves, right? So
Mhm.
she go
Mhm.
get a weapon, right? And like
Mhm.
a frying pan or some shit like that, or a knife even. And like, all of these types of things have happened to me regularly within my relationships ever since I was 16. I remember getting a bite mark so deep. You know what I'm saying? Like my skin was like she touched teeth on through my teeth. Like that shit was traumatizing. And once again, it's like I didn't never invite that violence
Mhm.
into the relationship.
Mhm.
The biggest point to my understanding is that women can be very aggressive
Mhm.
in reference to unhealed trauma
Mhm.
that happened when they were little girls. In
Mhm.
reference to the bite, it was like something to where her father didn't like like said something in reference to paraphrasing like I don't want no fat daughter, you know, and
Mhm.
she had to like carry that throughout
Mhm.
life. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like you a guy that like her, like I didn't like I liked that about her. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a turn off to me.
Mhm.
Something that was like whatever, for whatever reason, I was cool with it.
It added layers.
Yeah, with niggas, primal shit. It could be reference to like she looked like my grandma or some shit like that. Like just being honest about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just like what you around or you conditioned to go after that for good or for bad, right? Because it's like you ever notice how families look alike. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
the whole thing is like violence is a part of relationships. And I'm not saying that in a real fucked up way. I'm talking about like domestic violence statistics. And the number one way that you might be unalived is through um relationships.
Mhm. 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 More likely than not, the numbers say that a man is more likely than not to lose his life at the hands of his partner. More likely than not. So I
So
think.
we're talking about 1 in 3 women.
Mhm.
So if you see 3 women, one of them experienced domestic violence.
Mhm.
1 in 4 men. So if you see 4 guys, one
Mhm.
of them have experienced physical violence by an intimate partner. I
Mhm.
say all of this to say that's why I'm such a proponent for shadow work and psychology and chakra work and all of this type of shit because it's likely.
It's likely to happen to you. Like
Yeah.
at some point or another. Like you're not gonna escape that train,
And
right?
these is reported stats. Domestic violence is not always reported. So that means
Domestic
that it's
violence more
more
likely than not is not going to be reported because
exact
we know that men never report their abuse.
I
exact
mean, shit, like Shakari and her man, he didn't get her locked up.
Yeah, like that's a perfect example right there. Like you can point to. They were talking about this on that interview, and I put the whole interview in the chat if you want to go through, portions of it from there, because that's only one clip that I clipped off of it. But they brought that up in that interview too, in which you could actually see in portions of the video where she was adamant about being forceful with him, and he's trying to angle her off of the camera. Like he wants to get her in the area where she is off camera while she's doing what she's doing. Like he's not trying to put his hands on her or anything. He not retaliating, nothing. He taking all of it, but he trying to angle her in a way so that she's not seen on camera doing the fuck shit that she's doing. And even when the cops got there and the cops kept confirming to her that he was not pressing charges on her, but they were still arresting her anyway. She was very nice and professional to the cops, but then would look right over at her boyfriend and be like, "You should be the one going to jail." Like, just think about that, bro. Like, you won't even tell on her, and everybody can see that she did something to you, and she still believes it's you the one that's at fault. Like that's real, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like people are very emotional, and like so you could be a proponent of success, but you'll never get beyond your emotions.
Mm-mm.
This is a world-class athlete that could not handle her emotions and doesn't really understand um the need for being loved,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which should increase energy, which I would call lovable,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I want water, I'm gonna open up my mouth. It would be fucked up if I wanted water and I just poured it on my fucking forehead.
Yeah, yeah. Like you put it on your elbow or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, but I feel like, you know, you got to come face to face with the idea that you want to be loved.
Yeah, and you got to be honest with that.
Yeah. And you got to put yourself in a position to be loved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some men are struggling with that. Some dudes who've been through a lot with relationships or whatever, they caught up in just dating and stuff, and have multiple women, but they really want to be loved. And that's that Shango energy in my eyes.
But let's stick right there, right? So if we stick right there and we say essentially her problem, like the her could be any her, right? So essentially her problem or her issue is that the thing that she wants is not the thing that she necessarily needs. And because those are two completely different things, and 9 times out of 10, the majority of them don't really care about what they need versus what they want.
Right.
Like,
Because because it's a competition.
yeah, like they're not going to overshadow the thing that they want for the thing that they need. They're not going to do that.
Right. Because the thing about the want is like, comparison.
Yeah, yeah. That's the class war that we talk about.
Yeah.
Right? We could tie this all the way around the board, right? Like the classness of it is they don't even do any of that stuff for us necessarily. When I say us, I mean men, right? Like you're not spending $1,500 on a hairdo every so often for a man. Like you're not doing the cuticles, and like you're not doing all of that for the man. You're doing that so you can compare and compete with the other women that are doing that as well.
Mm. and it's like I'm when you said that, I'm really just like thinking about how I'm old enough to like live in a time before the internet where people didn't have their brain warp wrapped and zapped into, you know, a frenzy of all types of different things, right? And a certain desire to be a certain aesthetic, whatever that means, right? But
Mhm.
before the internet, you know, it was more um boy girl relationships naturally occurring a lot of times through like different family functions and things of that nature.
It was way more organic.
Yeah. And so now 90% of all relationships being through online dating, what that tells me is that nobody is dating.
Mm-mm.
Motherfuckers even find each other through TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is right and exact, bro.
How you look?
I think in some way, shape, or form, the numbers probably support that if we knew which numbers exactly to look at. But I totally agree with everything you said. Cause um um think about a woman spending 2-3 grand on her outfit, bro, and going to the club broke. Right? Like that is a thing. Like she knows that all she has to do is look right at the right time, at the right spot, in the right venue, and she is golden. Like somebody gonna take her for the night, somebody gonna take care of her for the night. She good. Like, and she's banking on that. But now it's at a point where all of them are banking on that. And unfortunately, you do get to a point where a well runs dry, so to speak, right? Like that's the metaphor for this situation. Like the well is going to run dry there because eventually guys are going to figure out that you're out for somebody to just pay for everything. And then y'all just all end up at the same place anyway, trying to do it all up again.
Y'all ever just give a female shit?
No,
See if she gonna realize she just taking a whole bunch of shit.
no.
Y'all never tried that theory?
No,
Uh-uh.
no, no. That shit fool's gold right there.
I'm playing defense. I can't afford to play mind games. Like I can't like life is too precious, and you know it's real shit happening in reference to like dealing with these girls a lot of times. So it'd be like
Mhm.
not good things happening from it. You know what I'm saying? Or so the want and the desire is like you got to redirect it. And like for me, I found it in nature. You know, like just kind of like connecting with myself a lot of times because it's like you can't even want that shit in these days and time because like what you want is a bomb. You know what I'm saying? You want some emotional, unregulated shit that's been fucking every day since 2016.
Mhm. Mhm.
Non-stop dildos and
But
all types of shit. Like it's just crazy out here in these streets.
what I say is that we've passed the tipping point. Like we haven't reached the tipping point. We passed the tipping point of
We beyond it.
we passed that shit of everything that happened because of the sexual revolution. All of those single parent households have kids that have their own households now, and all of that baked in the fabric trauma that's just baked in. All of these children that are now fucking adults, some of them are fucking grandparents right now. Like all of this shit is just baked in the fabric now, right?
Yes, it's the part of the American diet,
Mhm.
and it's unfortunate though
Mhm.
because
Very unfortunate.
I mean it is what it is. You know, like you study like Rome and shit like that. You just gotta like you gotta recognize it for what it
If
is.
you understand the history of civilizations, there has never been a civilization that hasn't fallen.
Exactly, right? That's where I'm at. And it's like where we at in the fall, probably like the beginning of the fall.
Yeah, yeah. Like you
We
start
won't
to
see it
see,
in our lifetime, but
you
it's
start to see
coming.
the sea part, but we won't see it in our lifetime. You're right.
Like we won't like it'd be like, people is on some like doom and gloom type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's like a propaganda.
Yeah, yeah. That's them people that just want to pack up and do nothing anyway. So they need to find a justification to just do nothing anyway. Like these are people that want to build their wartime bunkers and they want to save cans of food for like they you can do all of that. That's
Nothing
great.
wrong with it. But nobody is taking it with us when we
Nobody is taking it with us, bro. Like,
whatever you have, you're not taking it with you to the next round. And
mhm.
that's
That's
the
the
hard
main
thing
thing.
about humanity.
Yeah, because you spent most of your time being a consumer on this planet, right? And you've accumulated so much shit that now you're at that point that you have to reconcile the fact that you can't take none of that shit with you.
And do you ever reconcile? Or
Yeah.
do you just keep buying shit, hoping like we was talking about this shit earlier. Like you can't buy your kids love. Cause I was thinking about how like shit, your kids would be on your dick if you did like buy them shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? They'll be
They
like,
would. They would, but they wouldn't appreciate shit at the same time.
yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Every time they get a temper tantrum, they'll do something that they know is going to make you go and buy something else. Like that's what that will end up being. What does that person look like as an adult? You won't want to know how many of those people are in your everyday life and right in front of you on TV. But yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. You gotta really shake yourself out of that, and it's like we in this day and time where people are shifting, people are changing, people are transforming, and nobody is really trying to like capture the foundation of like understanding spirits because I think like this goddamn asteroid coming down to Earth is really like creating some imminent doom and gloom in the psyche of human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't verbalize it. So it's just feeling like tension. It's feeling like uneasiness. And
It fits. It fits in line with if we really think about it, big bro, it fits in line with the control manufactured narrative, right? So, what are most NPC human beings? They most of them are impatient, immediate gratification individuals who have to have everything right now, right? Attention span is not longer than a few gigabytes, right? Like it's right now, it's fast, it's immediate. And if it doesn't come right now, fast and immediate, you get the attitude, you get the pushback, you get the fight of everything. So now I tell you something similar to AKA 2025 Rapture. Yeah, that was cool too, right? I tell you something similar to an apocalyptic type style event coming down the pike, but I don't tell you when, I don't tell you what, and I don't necessarily tell you who. I just allude to it, right? Like I've been alluding to the fact that other corporeal beings actually exist within this realm, and that's not nothing new. But we've been alluding to it for a long time, right? So now you got this thing coming, and you don't have time on it, and people don't necessarily know what to do with their current life anyway, right? So this is another thing that can divert the attention into a thing that you can't predict but it's going to have you always gasping and short of breath and looking to and consumed upon, because the anxiety from the anticipation of what could possibly be is just too much for most people to fucking handle. Like, it's just too much. And you tell a person who gets everything right now at the speed of light and convenience that a fucking asteroid or a mothership is coming towards your earth, and nobody knows what to do about it. Yeah. Like, yeah. I think it's going to get worse and worse. I think it's going to get, crazier and crazier. Like you said, start to expect to see more um outlandish things just happening out in public every day, right? Like, start understanding those people that call themselves woke all this time are going to be the ones imploding. Like, it's literally going to be them.
Yeah, I think like we in a particular, and another thing is like we at a place where the dollar is really losing its value.
Yeah, it's almost like it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you having to work like super hard to maintain certain things and live a certain way.
Like, really small.
These three jobs.
Like you gotta have some type of hustle going on, and if you don't, that paycheck is just not enough.
It's
You
never
know,
going to be enough again.
and it's never coming back. So it's like, this is late stage capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
and the crux of capitalism, the foundation of capitalism is slavery, meaning that there needs to be a working class and an elite class. Now, there's two separate ways of operating in this world. You a working class citizen, or you migrating around the elite class and eating off the crumbs of the elites,
Mm-hmm.
because they still got money to spend, because the system is still the system.
Mm-hmm.
But now we starting to understand that we actually are slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We are slaves if they was paying you in dollars.
Yeah. 1984 George Orwell. Like, we are right there now.
We there, man. I've been seeing like that's like the third. I seen a girl walking down the street wearing a shirt that said 84. And then I heard on a podcast like from years ago, somebody was saying 1984, and then you just said it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, we in a particular, like I'm telling you, if the dollar is built upon faith and trust in God, anybody that ever worked for a dollar is essentially a slave. Like, it's not like they gave you something for your labor.
Nothing at all, bro. They literally told you this was worth this and handed it to you for your labor.
But the game is kind of crazy because they not even paying you at the same rate as the pricing have to be
No,
for people to pay their bills.
no, they're like 2 steps behind. Yeah, because when you add inflation to it, then you add supply and demand, and then you add automation into it. Yeah, so like, when by the time your money go up, you already behind 2, 3 clicks. Like, right now, you get paid, you behind the 8 ball, because your taxes are higher now than they were previously, and your
Everybody got to pay bills.
Is
Yeah.
it me, or did it seem like everybody owed money back?
everybody do.
That shit was crazy.
Everybody do. Everybody is owed money and everybody owes money. That's how this is right now, based off this system.
But then it's another level, right? Where if you play the stocks or if you in finances, right, you can make money off derivatives. It's $100 trillion in derivatives right now in the world, right? This is like money that is just like based upon a calculation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a bubble. The whole shit is a bubble, right? A $200 trillion bubble that shows banks are about to blow up the economy again. I really do feel like we are in one of them times where any day now we'll get to a point where the shit will just kind of just blow up in our faces. Like, all right, this shit ain't even this shit. Like, what could we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what could you do besides money? Like, what? And the thing is, how are the
What,
bills
what
on
are
the
you doing it for
bill?
besides money? I think that new question is, what are we doing it for besides money? Right?
But it's different. It's different when you talk about electric bills.
Are we back to a barter system style thinking?
I was thinking that, but it's still electric bills and water and grocery stores. We don't know how to farm. Niggas is in a
Right.
grocery store every day.
Yeah, niggas is not well in no water.
Niggas gotta carry millions of bags of Doritos all over country. Why is it Doritos in every single store? Think about the logistics that have, like, bro. I'm saying it gotta be some method of currency. The problem is though, nigga, they not paying niggas enough money. They gotta figure that part out. And the thing about capitalism is that we could wake up tomorrow and we all could have 500K in our bank account. It wouldn't matter.
You want it? It doesn't matter. That's what we was talking about yesterday too, though, in our powwow, right? Like it doesn't necessarily matter. This is what class really is, right? Where it doesn't necessarily matter if you have the money to pay for a particular thing or not. It matters if those people are willing to sell it to you, right? Because, like you said, we could all wake up with this windfall in our accounts right now tonight, and set to go out and go do all of this different stuff. People assume that you have the money for land, that the people that have the land for selling is going to sell it to you.
Right. But nigga, that's the thing. That's the thing. You ever heard about a fucking, let me think of the word. It's a real crazy ass word. It's tied into redlining.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
something in your contract
Mm-hmm.
where it's a covenant clause.
Yes, yes. Think about that. They got spell work in the contract. Covenant
A
clause.
covenant
What do
clause.
you do at a covenant, bro?
I mean, what they want them doing him?
Come on,
Sign the
bro.
contract.
Come on, bro. What do you do at a covenant, bro?
I remember when we went over about contracts. Period.
Listen, a covenant is for witches and sorcerers. All right. Like,
A racial covenant are clauses that were inserted into property deeds to prevent people who are not white from buying or occupying land.
bro.
And do you know at 1910, black people had $1 billion of owned land in this country? In
Yeah.
1910. So what is the value of that? I bet all of our grandparents owned a home. And our
Yes.
great great grandparents definitely owned a
At
home.
least our great grandparents. At
At
least.
least our great or great great grandparents owned a home.
Mhm.
Guaranteed. That is $1 billion of value. How much you think that shit is worth in goddamn 2025? That's we don't have.
They love to talk about the spiritually accepted massacre of Tulsa. However, what they won't tell you is that there were over 50 some odd towns in different states and cities throughout the United States that existed like Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they burnt every single one of those fuckers down because of that $1 billion that Hood is referencing right now. Like, they literally burnt everything down because they were like, they have it. They shouldn't have it. It's more of us. It's less of them. Let's just take it from them. That's it. That's it.
I think like you gotta really get into what it's going to take for you to level up in this world versus trying real hard by yourself.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah,
I,
because if you kill yourself trying to do it by yourself, like you'll never fulfill yourself on the back end of that. And you could never get that time back. That's what this age is teaching me, right? You could never get that shit back, bro.
like you have to move so strategic and you have to have a plan because it's not like it would be like if you are playing a game. This is like what we was talking about earlier. Like they can make Monopoly money, and we could play the Monopoly game,
Mm-hmm.
and they could be niggas in the real world with real money.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, man, I could buy a Monopoly game at the store and all other type of shit. What is you doing? Like you walking into the store with a Monopoly money trying to buy some stuff, and it's like, bro,
Yeah. A
you
million dollars,
money.
$1 million from me or you or us to them is monopoly money, right? Them with that $1 million because they can print based off of their spiritual ethics, like they could just throw this shit around, like their $1 million to them looks like $100 million because they can say the numbers say that, right? They are the ones that report the fucking numbers, right?
Right.
So they have that right to do that with theirs. We don't, right? That's the class difference. Like we could put all of our bread together and walk right up to the gate and have every dollar necessary. And the nigga at the gate won't even answer the gate. Like he won't even, because it's us with the money.
Mm.
Because that money is coming from us. So again, the difference in class is the difference in people that are willing to do that necessary work.
Let's remember that Oprah opened a school. The bitch that worked out of Chicago opened up a school in Africa.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Umar Johnson been trolling us for 15 years.
He gonna open that bitch gang. Trust.
15 years, bro.
3 more, shit. Fuck you. You know.
Think about every nigga slinging a bean pie and in an FOI suit for the past 50 years.
Happy to collect $22.
Happy, happy, happy. Like we've allowed so much buffoonery to exist just on our side of the
We not done. What about
done, bro.
what about Reverend Goodfoot?
Yeah, Reverend Goodfoot. Reverend Goodfoot.
The black businessman with the real estate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not nothing in reference to from my perspective. Cause I was thinking like, man, the way I feel about this shit, I would get into politics the way I feel about this shit, bro. Like
That's
I would get into like run for some shit. Like I would be a populist working class candidate. And my fucking slogan would be I speak for you. And I would receive letters from everybody in the world or in my little wherever I'm working for. And I would speak for them. And if niggas shoot me down, I would say they shooting us down. And I would say I'm not in my way for getting people to vote for me. I would say my my dad wasn't a politician. My great grandfather wasn't a politician. I'm a regular working class citizen, and I understand what you go through on a day to day basis, and I'm going to bring change to this jurisdiction. I swear, I was thinking all of this shit earlier today, because it just seemed like don't nobody like even though we got a democratic representative government, the people that establish themselves in those rooms don't care about the average person more and more and more and more. They literally are catering to the wealthy. I can't stress this enough. Motherfucking Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos was right next to Trump. Like we helped you get here type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, and no reason for us to look at these niggas and feel like we relate to them at all. But I'm telling you, it's a oligarchy, it's a technocracy, it's a plutocracy, and I'm not saying it so we can be afraid and run away. I'm feeling like nigga, I've been on this goddamn YouTube at least since 2019, 2020, saying like, all right, it's time to move in with your family and figure it out.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about communal living for, well, I know you've been doing it for at least 12, 13 years. Like ever since I got into this space, that's all I thought about. Like, yeah, it has to be communal living right now because if you're trying to do it by yourself, all you're doing is proving yourself wrong, like the long way. Like you just making yourself wrong the long way because you're gonna run through everything you got, and then that closed mouth gonna have to get opened up because you're gonna need to be fed. So you're gonna have to ask for help from somewhere.
But that's the thing though, dog. Like people are not focused towards communal living. Some reason everybody can't get along and they just want to shoot out the house. Or most black people think like that. Every other race, most especially Mexican, because that's one thing that's advertised about them. They all live together until they all get their own shit and they still live with each other.
What unites Mexicans and most groups is language. Black people don't have a language.
Mm-hmm.
The ways for which we can't communicate to one another is because we don't have an established language. Our
That shit been hijacked.
English.
Yeah, like we every time we had a lingo, niggas backdoored us and let the lingo out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's always been that way. So um like we were talking about it earlier, AD. I think like the clicks gotta start smaller and then grow from there.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4 niggas,
Yeah,
and that's it.
I don't think it.
Hey, cause what's his name say? Two niggas bring 4 niggas, and 4
Yeah.
niggas bring more
Yeah, like
niggas.
I don't think you can say, all right, we're gonna get together with like 15, 20 people and expect everybody to be on the same page and really come through what they say they're gonna do. Like you gotta start small and slowly but surely ingratiate people and add them to it. Um, because too a lot of people are going to want to see what's happening, bro. Like we're past the place where you can just do shit word of mouth and people just jump on anymore. Like now we getting to that point where everything got to be on some show and prove shit. So if you're not there and you're not doing that, I think what we've seen 2025 be is the exposing of the people who are not what they say they are necessarily for that particular reason. Because when you talk righteousness but you live foul, yeah, um, something has to be balanced out in that. I don't know what that particular thing is. I'm not wishing any of the shit that happened to niggas happen to niggas. I'm just saying, like, if you just pay attention to the data, like the only logical conclusion I can draw from that is that higher power is like my term type shit. Like that's all I can get from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't get anything else from that. Ever since I was a little boy till now, everybody that goes up comes down. Everybody. There is no exception to that.
Like we said earlier, you can't take this shit with you.
Nope.
And, understanding this world that we live in is a very important, powerful thing. You're being so caught up in your neighborhood or your little society or your friend group or whatever
Mm-hmm.
is extremely limiting. And it's like when you start to like peek your head around and start to look, you gonna have to understand that this whole entire world is ruled by white people. Like the ways for which, like say for instance, you driving on the highway, it's going to be like towns. You can get off on the exit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could get off on one of them exits and drive for miles in any direction
Mm-hmm.
and see nothing but land and homes. All white people, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sotomayor.
So, I mean, that's where this is where we living at. So the beautiful part of this is whatever go on don't really got shit to do with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I go back to what we were talking about earlier on Grand Block, like that Michigan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's white people shit, man.
Yeah, yeah. But
It's like we're caught up in a game that's not even ours.
Right. I ain't got nothing to do with us.
just to lead some credence to what we're talking about, though, play that video I just put in the chat real quick. There's tangible evidence. I can't hear it.
He once told me I was fighting for her approval, for her to tell me she was proud or happy, but she never would, so I stayed angry. Explain that to me.
When she always telling you you're gonna lose or you're not good enough or you're gonna get your ass kicked or things like that, it's like, okay, when I win this tournament, she gonna say congratulations or good job or I'm proud of you, but it never happened.
Look at Bud Crawford. His mama neglected him, went against him, called him ugly. Can't nobody beat you, whoop you. His whole fight been about proving can't nobody whoop me off his mama's motivation. Mama motivation is what's destroying us. Because if mama make us feel like it's all right, we'll crash out. Mama say go kill them niggas, you'll be in trouble. And that's what's happening. That's why I get my son and my brother now, them kind of mamas is the problem.
Running the neighborhood.
What did you say when he was born?
I remember he came out with his hands balled up. Son, the son I wanted. His dad said we got $1 million baby boy.
My dad used to tell my mom I was gonna be a world champ.
I told him we won't be
The niggas didn't stop with me. I'm the last in my family. There will be no more going forward. I'm the last. It all stopped right here. I'm breaking the soul. I'm cutting the curve. I intentionally had biracial children. For one, I didn't want the problem you. So I've been able to have full access and control of my legacy by not having full black children. I ain't never heard, these are my kids. You can't, no, I got to say so. And from naming them to everything.
If Bud was around the corner fight, somebody gonna come and tell me. I'll go around and get him, snatch him up, and bring him home. And he know what time it was.
He got whooping.
He sure did.
What kind of whooping?
An ass whooping with a belt.
Most violent kids are like their mothers. They're not like their fathers. Because very few little boys, when you look at their violent history, aren't abused by men, they're abused by women. Mothers who beat them. Most of the time, when mama is frustrated, and I've said this before, that's when you get the most whoopings. Mama whoop you out of emotion, she don't whoop you out of principle.
What came first, the mean or the talent?
I think the mean came first. When I first started boxing, I just could fight. I couldn't box. All my coaches was like, he got heart. He ain't scared of nothing, he can fight. That's when they started teaching me technique and the art of boxing.
Good deal of what you remember of your childhood was you getting whooped all the time by your mom.
I was getting kicked out of school and doing bad things. I think getting whooped, that just made me immune to pain.
Explain that to me.
Well, I was always getting in trouble. So I was always getting a whooping for something. So at a point in time, it just became numb to me.
that not evidence?
Became numb to him.
That's evidence right there, bro. That's an extreme version of it, but shit,
He
we
became a world champion off that shit.
we know that's the same story of fucking Mike Tyson damn near. That's damn near the same story of Tyson. I told you Tyson used to sleep in abandoned parked cars, like deserted cars, like no wheels on the fucking car, like no windows. Like he used to sleep in them shits. And that sound like a horror story, bro. Real talk. But we gloss over that shit. You see how matter of fact she was when she spoke?
Yeah, like that, like what, nigga? Like this is normal to her.
That's Big Mama right there, bro. That's that Big Mama energy.
Like, who's gonna tell me how to raise my son? Like Charles White said, that's one thing. Like I don't know what show I'm thinking of, but that's one thing you're gonna hear. That's even a persona.
Hood, I wanted to get your opinion on this because that was something also that came up in that interview with Sarnetta and that the fact that when does who silences the house more or first? Is it the man in the house or is it Big Mama?
I mean, I don't know. It just depends. Like, I think the conversation is really skewed right now because it's not like we live in a society where people get married or they have children.
Nobody does it the right way, so to speak.
Yeah. So when it comes to comparing men to children, if a woman is with her child 24/7 and that child never is like split between her and the father, she's going to develop a relationship with that child where that child become her everything. Right. And at a certain point is going to debilitate that child because what strengthens character is adversity.
Yes.
Right. Your dad more or less put you through in a more structured way, but to only prepare you for life based upon the life that he have lived. A lot of times kids don't want to hear that. They just want the nurturing and love of the mom, you know.
All the good.
Yeah. So when it come back to your question on like who quiets the house, you know, the mom quiets the house, and how I've observed how like a well-behaved kid that's like real quiet and respectful is a kid that got his ass beat one too many times and he ain't trying to go
1,000%.
Hey, say that again.
1,000%. He or she has mastered the art of not stepping out of line. Like you won't even notice me. Yep.
Nigga so good at asking you good.
Yeah, and I think when you talk to the reality of the woman always being with the kid all the time by herself in that situation, that dynamic in and of itself lends itself to create pockets of psychological resentment that neither party can help. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%. Like that's the thing that right is not like is not something that's supposed to happen.
So everybody's dealing with something out of the norm and trying to portray themselves as being normal. Like this shit is not normal at the end of the day, right? Every child is supposed to have a mother and a father, period. Hard stop. You know what I'm saying? Like
every child's supposed to have a mother in a village.
Yeah. There is no exceptions to that. Like that's just how it's supposed to be. And anything outside of that deviates away from the biological and mental requirements that are necessary for each person to be able to experience in order to flourish, right? Like you don't get there unless your building blocks are firm, right? Like you can't have two good building blocks and then some clay, right? Like this shit has to be something that you can lean on in the weirdest of times. Like you have to have that. And unfortunately, the reality is that we're dealing with a society of individuals who haven't been raised that way. So faulting them isn't the answer either, right? Like this is not a you did more than I did in this situation type deal. So therefore you are more at fault than me. And so that really absolves me from having to have any responsibility within this whole entire fucking thing. That's not how this is. Like everybody still played a part. Like, you know what they say to the fatherless kid as an adult? They say, you still made it here. So, like, you stop crying. Like, that's literally how that goes, right? Like, the man has to just stop crying and just move on, right? So, when you
happened for a nigga who got his leg chopped off.
yeah. Like, when you understand that that's how the world treats the man, right, then that should tell you everything that this world is, right? Like that should tell you what is and how it's going to play out. Like you're never going to get credit for what you are supposed to get credit for, but the fact that you're looking for credit in the first place is the problem. Like at the end of the day.
Women look for credit more than us.
Yeah, but again, that might be an argument some people might be willing to broach. I'm not one of those people, but I'll say that.
What's the argument?
That women do it more than men.
Do what more than men?
Did you say, AD?
But they want the congratulations for it.
More they want credit. They want credit more than
credit. And not to say like it's an argument, but it's just a more the thing that's always said and opinionated that's out there.
Listen. I'll tell you this.
But I'm not.
If you want to do it, I'll congratulate you all day. Like whatever you want to do, I'm gonna congratulate you if that's what you want. Mm-hmm. My thing is, if you're not going to do shit, being congratulated for not doing shit is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like if you just move from one side of the bed to the other.
Oh, babe, damn! I didn't even know you could even move like that.
yeah, that's gonna be kind of weird.
I never even had a girl do nothing
like if you got up and put
for
your
real looking
like, if you just got up and put your hair in a bun type shit. Like I'm not. Yeah.
Nah, I feel like we gotta really, really maximize our time on life, and it's like, you know, if you single, just understand you paying $20 for your meals. That's a blessing. Because you could be paying for 2 meals. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, keep stacking, keep growing. Because there's going to be a time where a girl going to come into your life and you're going to spend all that
money on her. All that money on her.
Save it up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she make you happy.
Prepare for that day so you ain't got an attitude when you're doing
it. Imagine you meet Shorty and you like, damn, I got like $2.
Yeah, $2 is crazy.
Oh my
$2.
Niggas out here with $2, man. There's some niggas with $2.79 in they motherfucking checking.
But she should love me if I have $2.
If you got $2.79, my nigga, you shouldn't even be looking at a woman, bro.
You say she should love you if you got $2.
Right, because she looking at me for some reason.
Nah, the thing is self-love creates outer love. So $2 is like kind of like you don't really love yourself.
What you ain't know though was that she got X-ray vision and she's just trying to check your pockets. Like that's the only reason she's looking at you like that. Like,
somebody tell me, okay.
That's the only reason she on you like that. Like she's trying to see if you can afford her. I think that's what I think that's what almost all of this should start with. Like, can you afford me type shit? Because I'm gonna want to
It's
spend.
valid. It's valid.
I'm gonna want to spend ridiculous amounts of money for no reason, and I just want to know if you could do that for me.
It's valid, bro. What else is niggas gonna do?
Yeah, believe me, I'm not saying don't do it. No, you're gonna have all the fun in the world doing it. I'm just saying, like, just make sure it's the one that you really want to do it for.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, because that's the trial and error part of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because from your girlfriend that you was with in high school, you would have went all the way with her, but you know she's like got 18-year-old pussy, man. She's not about to just let you be the only one having that.
Yeah.
Gotta spread her wings, you know, and it's like in through her 20s, she's still, you know, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's not hard, you know, as it is. So a girl was more prone to leave you because it's not hard. And I don't think no nigga is of like above that concept, no
I
matter how much money or whatever you got going on.
got a question for y'all now. So since you said that, um, how does one approach the body count conversation if it comes up? Because it will come up.
What you mean?
We grown
The body count conversation is already fried if she not telling you. I mean, the body count conversation is fried. It's 365 days in a year.
I know it's fried and you know it's fried. This is a question that I need you to answer for the people right now in 2025, though.
It's 365 days in a year.
Okay.
It's 2025.
Okay.
It's online dating.
Okay.
In real life logistics, if a girl decided on her Tinder that she wanted to have sex every day with a different guy, she could.
Okay.
Any type of girl.
Mm-hmm.
It not based on beauty or looks or nothing like that, because niggas is taking down everything, right? Everybody is sexualized. And say for instance, 1 out of every 3 days.
Okay.
That's 100 bodies, and that's just in 2019.
Okay.
But I'm just giving you logistics. It could be 50 bodies in a year. It could be 20 bodies in a year. It's not nothing because the availability of dark triad men and the capability of to like say, all right, I want to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's an easy thing to accomplish. So the body count
The
conversation
dark triad plus the insatiableness.
plus the insatiableness, plus the anxiety, plus the neuroticism, plus the inability to even know what a man wants. Because you not ever, this generation didn't teach you, and the generation before that didn't teach them. So now we have this smorgasbord of women that prioritize education and career and taking care of themselves. Right. But this system that we're under called America is based upon a dual income household. Period, point blank. I don't care how the fuck you want to cut it out, is made for two incomes. So with that being said,
more than 51% households have all had two income households since 1920 or something like that.
Since the beginning of the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a woman teacher. It's always been women librarians and shit like that. Cleaners, washers, secretaries. Always been women working these positions. So the point of it all is that we living in this world where if your wife or girl is not meeting you in reality, where we gotta be fucking feet to the ground, pitter patter, bitch. We like lockstep in reality. Like then you in a world of trouble because the problem is that you've associated the idea with fiat currency to actual true value that then gives you marketplace value, sexual marketplace value in a dating market that make you a high value man, right? And now the dollar collapses, and now you have to really be who you truly are, right?
Who you say you are.
Right. That's going to be hard for a lot of niggas. A lot of niggas can't really make the shift, especially in this world. Say, for instance, you have a business and you don't make no money for a long time. What you going to do? You get fired from that job. And then you putting out 1,000 resumes and ain't nobody hiring you because don't nobody give a fuck about, shit like pogo sticks or some weird, niggas have jobs where it don't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
What you actually fucking doing.
It's not a necessity.
Yeah, it's not even, nobody needs it. So, all right, we gonna let this shit go. All right, I can't find no job. Now what the fuck is you gonna do? If you don't know what the fuck you gonna do, when what the fuck you gonna do is gonna come smack you dead in your face, you in trouble. So your girl looking at you the whole time, like, what the fuck is you gonna do?
What's the plan, nigga?
Reality.
You said you wanted to lead, nigga. You said you was in charge, right?
But that's a fallacy though. That's a fallacy. That's not reality. Because the reality is that we are one being and we should deal with reality as it comes. Like we shouldn't it'll be like, well, shit, I'm gonna just sit back and watch this nigga struggle.
Yep.
Then that's crazy. It's cool to work hard, but you should have a support system.
Yes. Yes.
100%. Motherfuckers should know what the fuck you going through, what you dealing with.
I mean, people want to stay in the dark. They don't want to share that shit.
Relationship.
But that be the shit though, right? Like that's why we've harped on fucking shadow work for so long, right? Like the real shit that needs to be discussed now. Like y'all can't keep putting all that shit off. Like the hard conversations got to be had now. There is no right time to have a hard conversation. That doesn't exist. So knowing that, like when you can start with looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself the fucking hard truth, right? Then you can start from being able to express yourself in that way and get that part of you healed, and then being able to radiate that to other people. But you can't do that shit in other people and you haven't done it in yourself.
If you can't have a hard conversation with your girl, she probably your handler.
Yeah, she probably is.
It's a lot of different dynamics associated with it, positive emotions, like it basically. I was having this thought, like the gateway to relationships is compassion. When you look up the etymology for compassion, is with the basically the passion of the Christ. Like that's what passion is, like to really suffer. And to have compassion is to be with somebody and see them for who they are, their struggles, their flaws, or whatever. But like you won with that person. You're not going to ever judge that person. You're going to always love that person. That's I'm with the struggle of being with you, and vice versa. That's like, and both people have to make that choice.
Yeah, it's definitely a decision.
That's the door
based
open.
on the compassion is empathy, right? So
yeah, that's the same thought that I was having too. Like compassion
would be the step up, right? Because you would be empathetic for a random person because you don't necessarily wish harm to random people, right? But your partner, you would have compassion for your partner. Like you connect with their trauma and their struggles on an intimate level because you see them for who they truly are, being the other half of you. Yeah, that fits perfectly. Compassion will be the step up from empathy. But then we got to talk about the lack of empathy in so many women, but I digress.
Nah, you ain't lied.
Like, if you can find an empathetic woman, nigga, holy shit, you got one. Like, don't lose that one. And she like you? Yeah, don't lose that one, bro. Because it's a rare trait. That's not something that everybody has.
Nah, man. It's like it was this concert in Michigan. Zach Bryan, white boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a white girl paradise, right?
Well, we got to talk about the Bad Bunny joint too, but yeah, go ahead.
And everybody was wearing the same cowboy boots and skirt.
Wow.
Like, then I started to think about it. Like, who sent out the fucking
In
memo?
uniformity? They were in uniformity and color too?
Same vibe, bro.
Wow.
Like, it's
Real shit.
it was throwing me, bro, because it's like nobody was like doing like nothing. You know, like I seen the Kendrick Lamar show, and you might see an afro nigga with dreads, nigga with a chain on, gangster
Something
nigga.
out of place.
It's all different types of niggas going to see this shit. Now to this goddamn Zach Bryan show, it was a uniform.
Wow.
Cowboy boots, blue jean skirt, and you know, a white top. And then the niggas had like this haircut where it was like faded on the side. It was like it was like a large mohawk, but it was like
Okay. Like the Caesar on the sides.
with the Caesar, kind of like, you know, some hood shit, but like, you know, white boy hood shit.
Like that big V in the back.
Yeah, real bespoke. You know what I mean? Had a little V top, V tail, you know. And I'm like, man, these niggas is on cold for real.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's something that we haven't talked about much neither, too, right? So I wanted to talk to you about the Super Bowl selection for this year. But also, what do you think? What's your take on Bad Bunny?
Nah, he AI, man.
I was thinking that because, like, he never looked the same twice.
Yeah, what do we actually look like?
Yeah, somebody need to put me on. I don't know what this nigga looked like. I thought this was the Catch Me Outside girl.
Bad baby.
See? Yeah. See? I thought this was that one. Catch me outside right now.
That's bad baby.
Yo, I don't know why, but she cool as shit. But anyway, like that's what I thought they were talking about. I was like, nah, it can't be her.
And it's another one. I can't. Not to be confused with Whoa Vicky.
This is weird. So the whole performance is supposed to be in Spanish.
Of course, it's Bad Bunny.
But I'm saying, like, what you think about that? I know it's AI, but what you think about that? What are they saying to the people?
I mean, you're talking about football, and you know, Texas, and like, you know,
he is the second biggest star in the world, I might add.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Taylor Swift in fucking numbers.
How I feel about Super Bowl halftime performances is that they've always been cheese, except for like the past couple years when Jay-Z was there. But prior to that, nigga, they had the Latin X weird shit with all the motherfucking Puerto Rican. I think this is the second time doing this shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
He
what
did
was
that.
it? With
They
Don
did the
Omar.
Latinx already.
Yeah, they
Like
had
so.
Don Omar and all of them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really.
Pitbull.
It don't mean it don't. Yeah, they had all of them dudes on there. So like the Super Bowl, man,
That Flow
in
Rider.
the NFL, dog, they can all go to hell. That's a mob organization. That's like a fucking, you talk about, remember we were talking about you not having no money to do nothing.
Mhm.
Let's all come together and buy a football team. How
Yeah.
about
Yeah, yeah. If we had $6 billion right now, do you think them niggas would sell us a team?
you think they would sell us a team? It's 33 teams now.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
What about that? What about getting on the Ice Cube type shit?
If we put all our bread together, right? We just decided we wanted our own club. Like you think them niggas would give it to us? This is what we talking about when we talking about class and money. There's a difference. You think them niggas would give it to us? You think it's just that simple to just raise the capital and buy the team?
Impossible. It's not even it's a league. It got a commissioner.
That is a fraternity, bro.
You're not even.
You're not getting in the fraternity, bro.
You're not getting in. You're not starting a fucking football team in the NFL.
Mm-mm.
I don't care if you got $6 trillion. They gonna look at you and say, "Fuck out of here."
They told Condoleezza Rice no so many times she had to get in with the owner of Walmart. Like that's the only way they would allow her in. They told her no so many times until they start, selling portions like little 5% stakes to different celebrities.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
That's not the same. That's not the same. Like niggas made fun of Jay-Z all them years ago for his 1% stake in the Brooklyn Nets. Like that's not what this is. Like this is, they do that shit to appease the public and make a couple extra dollars. Like they don't do that shit because you're gonna now be able to make decisions about this team. Like they say, the Venus and Serena Williams and Usher, yeah, they own part of
Cavaliers,
the Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. But you think they making moves? Like no, they not making moves, bro. Like no.
It's just something to say. You gotta be for real.
They got stakes in the club. That's all it is.
Get a little paycheck or something.
Yeah, when the books turn over every month, you get a little stipend, nigga. Like that's it. But yeah, that was the talk. So the hood is just not happy with Jay-Z because he went from Kendrick to Bad Boy. But I heard a bunch of A-listers turned it down.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing.
They said Taylor turned it down.
Cause fuck the Super Bowl, fuck the NFL, man. Like that's something that niggas gotta stand on. That's slavery. That's 75.
You gotta pay for that shit. Like the performer pays for that. The NFL don't pay you for that. That's the big thing for me. Like once I heard that the act actually has to pay for their set that they're performing at the Super Bowl, I was like, oh, it's a no for me, nigga. Like for forever. Like why would I want to pay $1 million, $5 million so I could perform? What? Nah, I'm good. I understand the branding and I understand the kind of shit that you're gonna get from that, probably in sales. It's probably gonna dwarf that money you spend for performing, but it's just the fact of spending that, cutting that check. That's a lot of bread.
Yeah, $5 million. Yeah.
That shit is all a numbers game, though, bro.
It's crazy. These niggas make $23 billion a year. A year.
The real question needs to start to be asked, as far as I'm concerned. Like, where's all the money going? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it all at? Like, does it all only exist online, like we say? Or do these niggas just got endless vaults somewhere?
Nah, I mean, it's a wealthy class of people, an elite class of people that are in these fraternities, that are in these clubs, that are in these secret societies, and the way that they want this world is for niggas to work for them.
Yes. Yes.
From you gotta understand that if they give the players $5 billion, they still walk away. Now the players might have to count in between all of them 5 billion. The owners get 15 billion, but it's 30 of them.
Yeah. 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 That's crazy.
And when you study this shit, man, they say anything that you do for money that you wouldn't normally do is some form of servitude. So if you wouldn't normally slam your head up against a brick wall, you wouldn't be playing football for having. But people say, well, they paying me all of these millions of dollars. Fucking, you said Tyreek Hill leg damn near broke in half. How much you would think you could have paid him
Yeah.
for him to like experience that beforehand?
Oh yeah, that shit snapped in half.
Would you say, all right, we give you 10 million to snap your leg in half? He would do it.
I mean, I know a bunch of niggas that would do it. I'm just not one of them. Right? Like listen, as much as I would talk that shit and be thinking about reaping those benefits on the other side of that, the pain of it happening and then the rehab to get it back to some semblance of normalcy following that would scare me more than the opportunity to gain that money, honestly. Because I'm a work dude and I know how much rehab goes into repairing a fucking joint. Like I broke my ankle and fucking as a freshman on varsity in high school. Like I know what that shit is like, and no. Psychologically, that's not something that you could just deal with. And thinking about it and in retrospect to or in correlation to him and my daddy said that only a real man get up after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you ain't a real man until you go through that first. Fuck you. That's not a rites of passage, nigga. That is possession. Like, there is no way. There is no way you get up from that shit and be like, oh, let's do it again. Like, no, nigga. What? It got me thinking about the niggas that hide the concussions they get throughout the course of a game. Right? Because you don't want to get taken out, right? You don't want to be on the sideline for an extended amount of time. You're not getting your playing time, blah, blah, blah. A nigga will lie about a concussion and be out there just getting concussion on top of concussion. That's crazy.
I mean, it's like something that's very, very demonically spirited, because at the end of it all, most of them end up broke. The average NFL career is 3 years long, and a large percentage of NFL players end up broke.
More than 78%.
File for bankruptcy or some weird statistic. So
yeah, when you put it like that, it has to be a ritual, a ritual of possession, because the ends don't even justify the means. Like, let's correlate that to today's argument, how everybody is so adamant about talking about relationships, right? And is it the big question now, the big conversation now is it worth being married, right? Is it worth marrying someone? Well, if we just deduce from that logic alone, like, you couldn't tell me on its face alone that it is worth being an NFL player. Like, where is it worth it at if you broke in 3 years?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what is next for an athlete after you had this long ass career? Because in
if you get
him,
one of those gruesome injuries too, bro, not to cut you off, that means that's 18 months of fucking rehab. So how the fuck is that worth it if the lifespan is 3 years? Say you go through one of those gruesome injuries, you got to be out 18 months. And then you got to hope a team is willing to retrain you to get you back to athletic shape. The niggas don't have to train you. The niggas cut you with an injury settlement. Like immediately. If you're not a top star, they cutting you with the injury settlement immediately. I thought that was the most barbaric shit I could ever hear. But yeah, them niggas will come to your fucking hotel room, hospital room bed, nigga, with a check and be like, thank you for your services. What? That's crazy. How is that worth it? Oh, I get it. Y'all gonna tell me that the girls and the money and the cars and all of the opportunity and things you get to do, that's what makes it worth it. Y'all out of y'all fucking mind.
the more materialism consumption.
Yeah, y'all out of y'all fucking mind. Not if I'm gonna be a fucking vegetable when this shit is done. Do you hear these niggas try to form sentences on TV? Like, do you literally hear these niggas try to form sentences?
No, that's the saddest shit in the world.
The only thing I hate worse than listening to an old, really good football player talk, because I know he got CTE, is listening to an old, really good boxer talk. Like, it's hard to do, bro. Not because I can't understand them, but because I know their mouth is not moving at the same speed that their mind is. And that's hard to watch on a person, bro. From a humanity level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard looking at little Tank Davis talk right now because I know he got that shit, bro. Like, it's hard, bro, and he's so fucking young. He got it already. He got it already. CTE, he got it. That nigga be slurring when he speaks, spit be coming out. Bro. Like, to be a vegetable already at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And think about they starting to train these little kids younger and younger with the idea of making it to the NFL. Little niggas running around 6 and 7 years old with pads and helmets on.
Mm-hmm. It's real big in different parts of the country. Like it's sad, really.
Like you walking 1,000 kids to the fucking slaughter. Like thousands, you walking them thousands by the thousands to the slaughter. Because the odds are even higher for you to it's harder for you to make it in football or any other sport because the lifespan is based on the availability clause, and unfortunately you're going to experience one of those injuries that is going to be long term at some point or another. So every career has to be earmarked with that understanding in it, and every contract has that in it. And knowing that, it's just like, yeah, bro, like I'm getting this money, but I literally just signed my life over to a man who just wants me to destroy my body until he can't use me no more. That's literally what we're talking about.
The players come and go, right? The owners stay there for as long
forever.
So they get niggas millions of dollars every single year. You getting it for 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And a nigga like LeBron playing for 20 years. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the
players every 50 years get to do that. Yeah, like the fuck.
So yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme, man. It's a scam. AAU and all that shit. All these kids spending all this time and energy, spending all this money.
Hella money. Sending these kids through all of these fucking different programs and hella money trying to train your kid with the possibility of making it. That shit is like 1/1/10 fucking million thousandths of a fucking possibility that your kid is going to make it. Like that shit is, it's a ridiculous number. And they'll allow your fucking kid to go everywhere until his fucking eligibility runs out. You got motherfuckers that's 26 and 27 years old still transferring from school to school.
Yeah, them niggas is cooked with that NIL shit.
That NIL shit spoiled them. Once they open the floodgates with Pandora's box on that, it's over. Now you giving a 17, 18-year-old $2-3 million. Shit. Okay. And you want him to come to class on time, and you want him to get good grades.
Hungry and prioritize the sport.
Yeah. And you want him to get good grades. Come on. He got everybody in his family asking him for something. Come on. He the family superstar. We know what that archetype is, right? He the Hey Rule superstar for the family. He the one person that's going to save the whole entire family. Which is the other crazy dynamic that we probably should talk about at some point. But yeah, all of that pressure they end up putting on these young balls, man.
Materialism, man. It's the late stage capitalism, man. Motherfuckers trying to get rich off their 5-year-old little football player. You know, it's dirty out here. So you gotta really, I feel like now it's just like having spiritual foundations, and like I feel like the spirit is like it's just like a powerful component to this world, because you could lose it at any point, you know. Like if you don't even know that shit is up against you, you're gonna need some get back. You're gonna need some tools to deal with this shit, you know.
You're gonna need some different tools too.
Yeah.
Different tools that most people are not privy to. Like you're gonna need some alternative shit, some more alternative modes of operation. Like
you gotta understand what motherfuckers are trying to tell you, you know, and really it's a reason for all of this shit, and start putting your puzzle pieces together, you know.
Facts. Truth is stranger than fiction. What's been sticking out to you lately?
I was just thinking about something. Couple of things like the Him movie and the Snake Eyes, you know, just the whole Masonic undertones to it, and you know, going back to Tracy Twyman and her conversations with Baphomet, you know, I really feel like people is under some form of deep possession of entities that, you know, are able to really take over through these phones. And now it's like, since motherfuckers don't understand this level of conversation, they able to kind of like really control these people. So now you got to really just understand everybody to be a non-playable character operating off a script. The only real people that you can talk to is people that you can talk to off script. Right? You could be talking to your mom and you might say some shit and she look at you like, you know, I'm just playing around. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's just how that shit go now. You can't
deviate from the normal operating procedure. Like the control narrative is where everybody lives, and if you don't exist within that area, that little honeycomb, yeah, you're gonna be missing people, and people gonna be missing you. You know that when people show their emotional investment to, you know, things that are happening every day, like, and they take it personal, you know, and they want to vent at work or want to vent on somebody at work or in their everyday life, like, yeah, anything off script, bro, is gonna be a problem for the NPC. They don't like to be late. They don't like to stand in line too long. You can't tell them that they're wrong. You can't offer them an opposing view. Yeah, you just gotta disengage altogether. Stick to your like minds, like mine.
Like you said, small group, 5 people.
Like your group is essentially the people that you can show up for every day. You know, you can't show up for those people every day and you're not, then those are not necessarily your people.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's like I feel like the poison of this world is individualism, you know, so everybody's so caught up in what they need to do for themselves, they don't really think about how they can help other people or be helped. So it's like at a certain point, it's like maybe they know something I don't know, and I just be just like,
Yeah, that's how I always think about it, because all of the movements just look weird. You know, they wouldn't necessarily look like there's any cohesiveness to them or any particular direction for that matter. So it's like stay on task every day and just keep stacking those good days on top of each other. Otherwise, everything else is just going to distract you. We talked about it earlier. Can't be in really crowded places. I ain't going shopping around a bunch of people. Like, I ain't doing none of that shit.
nah, man, just gotta keep it consistent, man. I'm be having these long days, man. So I'll be like just trying to get it in where I can get it in, man. But we can organize something and
Yeah,
just
I have a schedule I'm put in the chat and see how all y'all feel about it. You know, let's tweak it, get it to a place where everybody agrees upon it, and start showing up and just sending links. Whoever shows up, shows up. Who doesn't. Just go from there.
type shit. All right, man. Catch up with y'all tomorrow.
All right, peace, family.
Peace to the tribe.